2. It's after midnight. I'm going to have a midnight snack. I don't know if you've been watching. This is going against me eating. I'm trying to lose weight. And you're seeing me do the opposite. But I'm hungry. So I'm going to eat. This is the final video tonight. If you're a Donald Trump fan, time to go. Respectfully, this is the video for you. In case you want to know, it's a chicken salad with Tostitos. I'm going to say some hurtful feeling things in here. I'm giving you 99.9. And not all like it. If you watch the prep show, you already knew this was coming. So, I have an intro on TikTok. It's going to be transferred here. When Felon 47 makes TikTok disappear. I'm probably going to need water now. I'm just going to wait. Okay. Time to get started. I've given you all the chance to leave. If you are a Trump supporter, I gave you the chance to leave. Don't say that I didn't. And I did warn you. I do not like this man. I do not support this man. And as far as I'm concerned, he can eat a bag of dicks. If you voted for him, I don't know why you did, but I'm not going to judge you for it. I am going to ask you to please peacefully own it. Own it when shit goes wrong. I've made enough of these videos by now that y'all should understand that you voted for it, you don't get the right to complain. So let's talk about some of the things that I've talked about on TikTok about this man. 1, he's a human piece of filth that has ignored a federal judge's orders for him to go get a certain young man who has 3 children, 1 being autistic. And I follow a lot of people who are hell-bent on supporting this man. I mean, they have no fucks to give when it comes to this man doing something wrong. 3 Americans have been deported. And I've been trying to stay out of the political shit as much as I possibly can. Because even though you may have voted for Trump, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. But it's time to call y'all out on it. And we'll save that for later. In earlier videos tonight, you've heard me mention that I have been racially profiled 5 times since this man has been in office. His first 2 weeks was the first time I got racially profiled. I'm a 51 man. Yeah, I'm a 51-year-old man. I live in Charlottesville, Virginia. I've been born and raised here. I've gone to Canada quite a few times. I've gone to Florida at least once. And I served in the Army at Fort Benning, Georgia. Didn't get deployed, went there for boot camp, got fucked up, have the scar to prove it. Just so that we're clear. When I say I have the scar to prove it, I'll fall off this damn bed. Literally, there it is. There's that scar, right on that left ass cheek. Well, it's not even a cheek, it's more like the thigh. We are talking about a man who, one, has never served a day in his life. This is mine. I earned it. This is my cat card. See my ugly face? This is my veterans card. See my ugly face? I need a new one. Excuse me. These are my dog tags. I've earned those. And to the family of the kid who he used as a photo op, that's the same man that would have called your child had he been living a sucker and a loser. To every soldier that voted for him, he called us suckers and losers. Now, let me give y'all some stuff that you don't want to hear, but you're going to hear it because you're here. In his first 2 weeks in, he went after veterans first. Y'all might not have noticed, you might not have heard it, and it's all over TikTok, but, you know, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, that thing, that's how y'all are with him. He can say all the evil shit he wants, and y'all do this. You see the videos, and y'all do this. And y'all say nothing. Nothing. I follow at least 10 or 11 people who support this man, and they have no fucks to give on the shit that he's done to people who look like me. So the first thing he did, he went after the Tuskegee Airmen. For those who do not know, they are black pilots in World War II because they thought that black people were afraid to fight in the white man's war. The Tuskegee Airmen proved them wrong as they went headstrong against Japanese fighters who were kamikazes. And they did things to the Tuskegee Airmen and just would not cure them, as in syphilis and other diseases. Your Golden Cheeto Nugget, your Felon 47, your future spokesperson of the Pins decided we're going to remove them from the history books in the military. Black men who fought to save us all. In pilots at that. The first known group of black pilots removed. From there, he went after Mexicans who served in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Marines, and even the Coast Guard. Maybe not Space Force yet, but Mexicans who served in the military for citizenship, which is that backdoor policy of if you don't want to have to pay thousands of dollars and wait for your court date and wait for you to pass tons of tests that you aren't allowed to fail, and they need to know more about America than American citizens ourselves. We don't have to know the Constitution back and forth. We don't have to know the Bill of Rights back and forth. We don't have to know the preamble. And though they do teach that shit in school, if you're born on this soil, you're an American citizen, even if your parents aren't. Which is why a lot of people were born in America and their parents weren't Americans. They were legal aliens, but they weren't Americans. They got American jobs, they got visas to work, and they just stayed on until they passed. But their children, American, all American. Felon 47 wants to get rid of birthright citizenship. So if you are not a Native American, then you have to go. But he also decided that Native Americans were not true Americans due to the 14th Amendment. And I'm like, what? There's videos all over TikTok. They're probably all over YouTube. And you might not want to hear that shit. You might not want to accept it, but that's what he fucking did. In between that and unleashing the hellhounds of ICE, I was racially profiled 4 more times. So let's go to the first one. I took the dog out to let her pee. I'm standing on the porch, and this cop slow rolls around the corner, and he literally slow rolls until he gets to my car where he gasses back up. He thinks he's found the Mexican. The very next week, on a Tuesday, I'm going to work on Fallen Dragons, which is here on the internet, and a sheriff department in damn near the same car. It's just a black one with gold trim. Almost crashes his sheriff truck because he thinks he's found the Mexican. Me being the Mexican. Except I'm not Mexican. I'm an American citizen with Native American heritage and black heritage and white heritage. I just look Mexican. I just do. Anyway, he almost crashed downtown. And just looking for the Mexican. 2.5 weeks ago, it'll be 3 weeks come this Friday, I was walking to work because I'm trying to lose weight. Not that you guys didn't just see me eat like a whole fucking tray of fucking Tostito chips with chicken salad in it that I made myself. 2 cops were on Hartman's, and they gave me that this guy might be a Mexican look. As I kept walking, I was expecting them to come and get me, but they never did. The 3rd cop comes reeling around the corner in a small SUV type vehicle. He almost crashed his car looking at me because he thinks he's found the Mexican. That's 5 times I've been racially profiled. They just didn't get out and racially harass me. And in that time, at least 7 or 8 people have been hassled by ICE. Also in that time, ICE has gone to the Navajo Nation and the Apache Nation. And Trump didn't give 2 fucks. And if you're a Trump supporter and you didn't say anything about it, you clearly didn't give 2 fucks. After that, he went after the Latins, Mexicans, blacks, and Hispanics in Arlington. Videos on TikTok, so you can probably find on YouTube, that if you were a person of color, your grave would be marked, and they will find your file and pretty much remove you from history. Now I'm going to get a lot of pushback from you Trump supporters, and to quote Black Panther, I do not care. Because this shit's racist, and you clearly don't understand what the fuck's happening, or you clearly don't give a fuck. Which most racist people don't. They do not give a flying fuck. So after that, let's run it back. Oh yeah, after that he went after Jackie Robinson, a baseball player in the Hall of Fame. They can keep that. But the fact that he served in the military as the Army soldier that he was, nope. We're getting rid of Jackie Robinson. It was all over the news. If you have a TV, there's no way you could have missed it. But y'all probably missed it. And that being said, as this thing is healing or scabbing up again, I'm just going to pick it. It'll bleed out at some point. Anyway, this is some racist ass shit for a man who dodged the draft. And before anybody gives me problems, I'll give it to you. Bill Clinton dodged the draft. One of the Bushes dodged the draft. Obama also didn't serve. Not sure about Pence, not sure about Biden. But what I am sure about, the one thing that none of them has done, that Trump has done, has come for us soldiers, us Marines, us Navy seamen, us Coast Guard seamen, Navy SEALs, and airmen. And none of the people who have served have said a damn thing. But you will. Oh, believe me, you will. And I've said this on my TikTok, so I'll say it here. Eventually, he's going to hit the white family. It's going to get the right white family. And then all of you Trump supporters are going to wake the fuck up. And be like, oh shit, Echo Fangrable was right. He finally got the right white family. It's not going to be a rich white family. It's going to be a poor white family. But that poor white family is going to have a lot of credit amongst the American people, specifically in the state that it's going to happen in. It's probably going to be a state that's outran by MAGA. But y'all have to have it to happen to understand what he's done. And we talked about him going into the Navajo Nation and the Apache Nation. And we talked about him deporting the man who has a 5-year-old son who's autistic. Well, he deported another man for having tattoos, while the autistic man's son, his ass got hooked up for wearing a fucking Chicago Bulls hat. And doing this. Because apparently this is not the New World Order KISS thing. This is the MS-13 thing. Having a tattoo and looking like me can be fatal for your health because you could be deported because they think that you are a gangster. And though both of these men don't have criminal records, and though a judge legally ordered Trump to go back and get the first guy, Trump's pretty much said, fuck you, I do what I want. And y'all haven't said a damn thing if you support him and this racist shit. Don't worry, I'm going to bring that back around. So I'm going to piss some people off in this 30-minute and some change video. I'm going to piss you off. Now is probably the time to exit this video. If you are a diehard Trump supporter, you want to leave now. You really want to leave now because we're past the halfway point. We're 16 minutes in, and I'm going to piss you off. That's a fact. I am going to piss you off. Whether you like it or not, you're about to get pissed off. So, he hemmed up one girl, he hemmed up one guy, before he hemmed up the father and the guy with the tattoo. They recently have said that they're going to start getting children and not let the children get legal representation. And this way they can deport children. And by the way, they have deported some American citizens who were children. And they tried to say these kids went with their moms. Yet, they're American citizens. And you're deporting them to where? Oh, don't worry. I'm about to hit this bombshell on you. And if you're a Trump supporter, I'm sorry for what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it. I hope you go first. I haven't committed a crime. I have a degree in police science, criminal justice, and he wants to send homegrown American criminals to El Salvador. It gets better because over the weekend he decided that if you are caught talking bad about him, he wants to sentence you for 10 years. This is America. We were stolen on freedom of speech and freedom of religion. He wants to take all that away from us. But you diehard Trump supporters, y'all didn't hear that, right? You didn't want to see that, right? Which is why I hope you all go first. Because then maybe a little bit of hard time. Welcome to being poor. Maybe that might teach you that you voted in a maniacal demon and decided that it was okay for you to be racist and suffer a little while all the poor people suffer a lot. There's just one problem. A lot of racists are also poor people who he just used to win the presidency. Just like he used that poor kid with a fake assassination attempt to die for his cause. Notice the families never come out. Notice the friends never came out. Notice that the government, 2 cats wanted to sue the government while Biden was in charge, but they haven't pressed charges since Trump is in office. You also notice that the firefighter who lost his life, his wife and daughter are taken care of, but Felon 47 has never gone to visit them. Like, at all. But y'all just think this is all bullshit, and you think that I'm fear-mongering. Tell that to the young kid who will never see his daddy for God only knows how long because Trump refuses to follow a Supreme Court judge. And one that he actually appointed has told him, yo, you got to go get this guy, man. You can't leave his ass down there. He has not committed any crimes, and he was under government protection. So not only did you slap him in the face twice, but leaving him there is a death sentence. It's all over the news. A senator from Maryland went down to talk to him, and everybody's like, oh, they were drinking margaritas. No, you dummies. That's the setup. That's the setup so that you guys think that El Salvador is all peaches and creams. Why else would there be 9 people to a fucking cell with yay so many beds and 2 toilets and 2 sources of water? Y'all don't want to respond to that, right? No, you don't. And I'm probably not going to get any comments on it either, but the truth of the matter is that you elected a racist, and he's standing on racist business. Whether you like it or not, he's standing on racist business. Now, The other thing, because y'all don't want to see it, y'all don't want to hear it, is that he went after the educational system. My God, I had all the respect in the world for Linda McMahon. I still have respect for Linda McMahon. But her video about A1 education, it's going to be A1 education instead of saying it's AI, that fucked me up. And I made a video about it. And I said, apparently, that Tombstone power driver that Kane gave her over 15 years ago during one of the Raw is Wars when it was still on USA, the late effect is now affecting. Her brain is gone. Maybe she has CTE. And the worst part of that is she's the main McMahon that I like because she didn't do all the evil shit that Stephanie did and that Shane did and that fucking Vince did. No, she didn't do any of that. She had no part of that shit. No. And it's just one of those things. I'm sorry, this thing's busted up and oozing and stuff. He has done so much racist shit that you guys aren't willing to acknowledge, which is my main problem. The 13 or 11 or 12 people that I follow that are Trump supporters haven't made one outrage video about the shit that he did this weekend, besides go see the Pope be buried. This man and his narcissistic problems are going to be our problems. And you guys keep laughing that shit off. Just laughing it off because you're thinking that you're white and you're safe. No, you're actually pretty fucking stupid for believing that because he hasn't gotten to white people yet. That's all. Most recently, he got to a Japanese man who was one semester away from graduating from whatever college he was going to, and they deported him for overfishing. You all know, if you know a lot of Japanese people, one of their main food sources has been fish. They're on a fucking island. There's not a point in Japan that you can't go fishing from. They're on a fucking island. And if I'm being really truthful and correct, they're on more than one island. Japan has more than one island. There's the big massive island, and then there's the small islands like Okinawa and all these other things. Their fucking main food source is fish. And he got deported, and he's a father of 3. His wife is American. She is of Asian ethnicity, but she is American. This man's not American, but he was staying in America, married to an American woman, has 3 American children. He's Japanese, and he got sent home for fucking overfishing. How do you overfish? How the fuck do you overfish? But your boy, the Orange Cheeto Giant, the future spokesperson of the Pens, sent him home with 1 semester left to graduate so that he could actually be something in the medical field. 1 semester. 1 semester. That's like you're almost at the cookie jar. You know it's chocolate chip cookies in there, but as soon as you get your hand in there, instead of a cookie, you pull out a giant fucking roach. Yeah, that's a slap in the face. And you Trump supporters don't want to hear it. You don't want to see it. You don't believe it. Well, here's one for you. There's videos of him and some hot blonde chick talking about taking your guns. Luckily for me, I don't own a gun. I also know how to kill people with a ballpoint pen and a spoon and a fork. And I have a hatchet. 3 of them. This was my great-grandmother's. The native. The other 2 are in the foot of my bed in this dresser. I'm not going to dig them out because I'm not trying to have this video go longer than 30 some odd minutes, 40 minutes at best. I also have a bow and arrow. If you watch my improv tonight, you've seen them. The arrows are over there in that corner. Behind the toothbrush and the shaving shit. So yeah, I'm not worried about my Second Amendment right. But the rest of you should be, especially if you are in an NRA or if you have a firearm in general.
you should probably really be worried about your Second Amendment rights, because him and some blonde chick said that they're coming for your guns. Now, when the Democrats said it, which was only like one Democrat that said it, y'all all flipped out. One of the people I follow specifically made a video about Obama in 2013 and how everybody had to be furloughed. But he's never made a video about Doge firing people from government jobs. He also made a video about Biden. But he hasn't made a video about those motherfucking egg prices or that goddamn gas that he said day one was coming down. I follow a young native lady who said that she was going up the street to buy eggs from someone because she just didn't, I guess, couldn't get them from the store or whatever it is. Not my business, not my concern. I love scrambled eggs. I love hard-boiled eggs. But here in Charlottesville, you're not paying $15 for 4 eggs yet. But I didn't vote for them. So even though I'm going to have to pay $15 eventually for half a dozen eggs, that's going to suck because that's only 6 eggs. Y'all voted for him. And then you won't call him out on the shit that he's done. He took away Native American educational programs. He took away college programs for people not just Native Americans, but other people who were a heartbeat away from coming through college. And he has people self-deporting. And somehow nobody who supports him has realized how much racist shit that this man has done since he's been in office. He's about to be on his 100th day. And none of you Trump supporters have called him out on any of the racist shit. You would think deporting a man from Japan would be more than enough to cross that line. But the Asians for Trump, they ain't said shit. The fact that black people's memories are short and forgot about the Central Park 5 and forgot about how in the 70s he wouldn't let black people live in their homes that him and his father built. Now let's talk about that birthright citizenship, shall we? He wants to get rid of that for Native Americans, which means if he gets rid of it for Native Americans, he's going to get rid of it for black people. And he's going to get rid of it for Asian people and Hispanics and Latinos and Mexicans, Mexicans by nationality as well as Mexicans by birth, because Mexicans by birth are actually Native Americans. I'm sure you didn't need that history lesson, but you got it for free. And none of you are saying shit. None of you. So when he starts to send people for videos like this to El Salvador for 10 years for freedom of speech, he's going to hit the right white family. And when he hits the right white family, it should be somebody who voted for him. Because you think you're safe. And it's going to be the only thing that's going to wake everybody up is if the person he voted for sends the people who voted for him to El Salvador for 10 years. And I could just see the white people right now. I voted for you. I voted for you. Got a little Trump banner standing around. I voted for you. You're sending my kid to El Salvador. And Trump's just ignoring him. Just standing there. Don't hear a thing. Just like you guys didn't hear when he said, you have a very beautiful daughter. I'll be dating her in 10 years when she's 18. Or was it, you have a very beautiful daughter. I'll be dating her in 8 years when she turns 18. I don't remember if the girl was 8 or if the girl was 10, but I do remember the video of him saying that. And you guys don't give a fuck about the girls who were 14 who said that he came in while they were searching for butt glue. Like this. I know you see their eyes open. But so was this one. And they literally said that's what he was doing. Y'all didn't care. Y'all refused to care. So sooner or later, it's going to be one of your kids. If you're white and this is offending you, then you probably need to reevaluate yourself. But sooner or later, it's going to be one of your kids. It's not going to be a person who looks like me. It's not going to be the Japanese guy who got deported for overfishing. It's going to be the right white family. And then everybody's going to wake up, the shit's going to hit the fan, and Trump's going to have to run. Not for another term. He's going to be leaving America. He's going to be calling up Putin or calling up Kim Jong-un. Hey, is that mansion ready? I'm going to need to move there. Of course, my kids are going to be safe. They're not after them. They're after me. Yeah, I need a big room for Baron. My wife and I need separate bedrooms because I got like 90 diapers that need to be changed every day, and the Secret Service is no longer going to be working for me, so you're going to have to allocate my protection. And Putin will be like, yeah, your mansion's here, buddy. As for the rest of that shit, good luck. And y'all keep thinking this is bullshit. But I'm going to tell you right now, because no one's saying shit. No one is saying a damn thing. And the people who are saying stuff are the people who didn't vote for him. But when he gets that white family, it's going to be the right white family. Everybody's going to be in an uproar. Blacks are going to be mad. Whites are going to be mad. Asians are going to be mad. Hispanic, Latino, Mexicans, they're all going to be mad. Because it took this one white family, for everyone who didn't vote for this fucker, to finally wake up and say something. Now, y'all might not like me from this video. That's fine. You have the right. You might unfollow me. That's also fine. Every time I make a Trump video, I expect to lose everybody. Because I don't know what you guys look like from behind the camera. My job in front of this camera is to respect you and be honest with you at every bit of turn. That's why I give you 99.9. If I have to give you the whole 1,000, you are definitely not going to like me. I also try to think before I speak of other people's feelings. And I will say this, as we are about to bring this thing to a close. If you voted for Felon 47, there's a few things that you may be. One, you may be a racist. Straight the fuck up. Not gonna sugarcoat that, give you the whole 1,000 plus 1. You may be a fucking racist. Because there's no policy that says what works better for you and costs me everything is a good policy. Alright? 2, you may not be a racist, but you support racist ideologies. Which means, secretly, you are a fucking racist. You just don't know you're a racist. And before anybody goes, but Echo, all my friends are like black and Asian and stuff. Are you gonna let a black man date your daughter? Hell no! I'm not gonna let that motherfucker date my daughter. Notice I used the words motherfucker versus the N-word. That's how you gauge someone who might be racist. By asking them, would you let my son marry your daughter? And if they can't answer with a yes or a no with a good reason without going, hell no! Guess what? You're racist. What if I'm Chinese and I ask the same thing? Would you let my son marry your daughter? And you're white and you say, hell no! I'm not letting that guy marry my daughter. Notice I said guy versus gook, spick, chink, jap. Need we go on? Wetback, because wetback can be Mexicans and Asians. Oh, how do you know that, James? I mean, Echo, how do you know that? See how I went to both names on that? Because I have been a gook, a chink, a Jap, a wetback, and a Mexican, and a chief. All racial derivatives aimed at people of color. And I've been an N-word quite a few times. But I've also been a half-breed, a Suzy Q, a zebra, a piece of white bread, wheat bread, Wonder Bread, toast. Yeah. This is what happens when you're mixed race. People just have a field day with what they can call you. But for those who claim that their best friends are black, they're tokens. Because if your best friend's black and you voted for Trump, he's not your best friend. Unless he's a token who also voted for Trump because he believed that Trump's going to do things for black people. The only thing this man's ever done for black people was wanted 5 black kids dead for a rape and murder that they did not commit. The only other thing that he's done for black people was he made an appearance on Soul Train. He made an appearance on Raw where he had Bobby Lashley wrestle somebody and it cost Vince McMahon to get a shaved head. He dropped money in the crowd, but it was actually Vince's money. He had apartment complexes in New York where he refused to let people of color, not just blacks, but also Asians and everyone else who didn't qualify as white, live there. Which is why he got sued and why he had to do all the things that he's done. See, the thing was that Donald was playing a big old joke on everybody, making y'all believe that he wasn't racist. And this is where Cyndi Lauper would pop up behind me if I had a blue screen and was magic. But her song would be playing. And I see your true colors shining through. Cause your ass is a fucking racist. And that's why I hate you. So don't be afraid to let them know. Your ass is so racist and you can be beautiful like a racist rainbow. You notice that black isn't the only color that's not in the rainbow. Both ends of the rainbow kind of start with a thin white layer. But there's no black in the rainbow. There's no brown. It might be a brown, but it's really, really faint. But as far as all the bright colors, like my shirt, they're all in the rainbow. You let me know when you find a rainbow with some black in it and some brown. Because they're on the darker end of the spectrum. No. But I'm pretty sure that's something you probably never thought about, right? Yeah. So, you either are a racist, or you're not a racist, but you support racial ideology, which basically makes you a fucking racist. You're a policy ass kisser because you somehow believe that the policy works for blacks and whites together, knowing full fucking well that it doesn't work for the blacks, whites that are poor, and it definitely doesn't work for the blacks, the Asians, the Latinos, the Hispanics, and the Mexicans that are poorer than you. You know, those guys that work 13 hours a day on one job and then go straight home and work 4 more hours on another job, then go to bed, get 3 hours of sleep, maybe catch some breakfast today, definitely hits the shower, and then hits those goddamn fields. Feels that now poor whites and blacks are going to be working because massive deportation and self-deportation is happening. Y'all voted for that shit. I didn't vote for that. I voted for the other woman. That's right. I voted for Kamala Harris. Y'all voted for the red-headed Cheeto stepchild, and here we are. And he's pulling racism right out of the bottom of the barrel. And no one who's supporting Trump has said a damn thing about how racist this fucking is doing. So again, if you're a Trump supporter, you might be a good person, but are you though? Because I need to question you. If you're a Trump supporter and you said your best friends are black and Asian, they're tokens if they voted for him, which means they're fucking stupid. Say what I said. If they are also Latin or Hispanic or Mexican by nationality or by blood and they voted for him, and if they're native and they voted for him, they're all fucking stupid. Say what I said. They're all fucking stupid. This man has never liked Native Americans. Do y'all not remember what he said at Standing Rock? Do y'all not remember that? Literally, there's a video out here where him and some native girl are talking, and he literally told her to her face, I have no ties with Standing Rock. If you vote for me, I'm going to make sure Standing Rock doesn't happen. It's a bright, shining lie. Obama's last day in office, he put a decree of protection on Standing Rock. And usually when a president writes a decree, it can't be undone. Even by the incoming president. You know who undone the decree? That's right. That was Donald John Trump. First day in. First thing he signed. The pipeline to Standing Rock, it's going to happen. I know that native girl probably flipped the fuck out. I know a lot of other natives flipped the fuck out. We haven't forgotten the Standing Rock warriors who were currently being prosecuted for standing up. This man hates people of color. And the token blacks that were all out trying to save this man. The token natives, the token Asians. How short are y'all memories, man? COVID wasn't that far ago where this man literally told an Asian reporter, why don't you ask China? He went around the Kung Fu disease, the Wuhan disease, the Chinese disease. And every Asian from Maine to Florida, from Virginia to California, was attacked. And until Olivia Munn said something, no one did anything. I made a video first. The crush and the woman that I think is the most awesomely, flawlessly beautiful, and dangerously sexy Zeta Zhang made a video second. No one listened to us. Olivia Munn comes on. She has more fame. Everybody listens to her. So now you can listen to this. The bulk of the people that were injured weren't even Chinese, because a racist can't tell. The racist black man that broke into the store with the two women and beat them with a brick, they were Korean. Took the husband and the son a long time to build up courage to fight this one guy, and he was one guy and they were two guys, and those were some solid big ass Asians. These women took a beating, man, and they moved too slow. Two Korean girls was attacked by two black chicks with an ice pick. They weren't Chinese, but the two black chicks didn't know. Meaning, yes, everyone can be racist, including black people. The one Chinese man, the first Chinese man to be hurt, was the one who was trying to collect cans for his family. And the black people kept fucking with him and kept trying to swing sticks on him. The video's on here, somewhere, because it falls under one of my videos where I said, things like this make me ashamed to be black. Did a whole saga about that. The black guy who said something to the Chinese girl in the yellow bomber jacket in New York, she drop kicked the shit out of him. Rightfully so. The Filipino man who was cut from this cheek to that cheek on a bus. The young Korean woman who was set on fire on the bus by four black girls. The other Korean lady set on fire by black girls. The white man that hockey checked a Chinese man who would later die against a fucking wall. The Chinese man and woman who was attacked, but she picked up a stick and beat the brakes off the white man. All of this shit was caused by Trump. The question is, why aren't you saying anything? And because you're not saying anything, and he's trying to be a king and a dictator, this is on you, the people who voted for him. And I'm going to end this with this. If he's going to be the king, my only question is, do old kingdom rules apply? Now I'm going to explain that. I'm going to end the video. Old kingdom rules is pretty quite simple. It's the way the world worked beforehand, before the modern society, and it will be the way the world will work again if America gets a king. Kingdoms fall because of how you treat your peasants or your lower level people. Because they outnumber you, they will rise up and they will destroy you. So if old kingdom rules apply, let him be the king. Let him be the king. And see which kingdom comes for him first. It's going to be a white person. It's going to dethrone that king. And then America's going to go back to having a president again, and everybody's going to be okay. But I'm not a psychic. And if I was, I sure as fuck wouldn't tell anybody what was going to happen next. Because you're not qualified for what happens next. My name is Echo Fan Grey Wolf. I hope you take everything I said seriously. But if you don't, and if you stick around, keep your eyes up. Keep your ears on the ground. Because sooner or later, he's going to get the white family. That's right. He's going to get the right white family. And all this shit's going to come to an end. Because all of the poor white people and all the MAGAs that have been betrayed by this man, they're going to betray him. And I'm going to sit back and watch with the popcorn. Also, go check out Until Dawn.